Hey guys, it's Dylan here, and as you can tell from the video, I've uh, I've made a difficult decision. Something that I've been needing to do. I've been putting it off. Like I've had the idea in my brain, and I've been questioning whether or not I needed to or not, and I I've reached the point where I've just decided I need to leave WUG. I need to, for my sake, and Um, just so some of you who don't know, WUG is a group that I'm part of. It started out as a Google Plus thing. It's now been moved over to Steam. A lot of it worked through Skype for a while. But it basically stands for Watch Us Game or Watch Us Gaming. I I met them a while back. It was, I want to say, March or May of last year. And I was invited to join up with them. And they're not like it's not like one of those, you watch my videos, I watch yours, or you sub to me, I sub to you. It's not like focused around YouTube or Twitch or anything like that. It's just kind of like people meeting each other in a way, and playing games. And for the first while, like it was cool, I had people to talk with and people to play with. But I I soon realized that it wasn't really my place. Um, I for the longest time I was what I would call active as no tomorrow in our like Skype chats and everything. Like I if I was home, I was available. I was, chatting on it, talking with whoever. And at some point I realized that people really didn't give a shit that I was messaging. Like at some point I just nobody responded anymore. And it it didn't feel good, and I wasn't happy with that at all. Like I there was no respect for me, you know, by other people within the group. And and one day I've mentioned before that I started questioning who I call friends. And um and that came about because of someone within the group. Some things were said that I just made me question what I call a friend. And it didn't end well. My brain, I was kind of changed after that, and it made me realize that a lot of people within WUG are not my friends. A lot of people aren't. I I have felt very ignored, very just people have had no concern for me at all. Um, even when I was in the chat, when I was questioning whether or not people cared, like I stopped talking in it for about 2 weeks to see if anyone would give a shit, and nothing fucking changed. No one cared, nothing. So I decided, you know what, since no one seems to care that I'm there, I may as well just go. And I did, and since then I've been questioning the idea of even leaving. I really have. And and so I I've had the thoughts in my brain for a long time, but there was also an instance occurred the other week that ended up becoming the straw that broke the camel's back, I hate going into specifics about it. I'm not going to say names or anything, but the other week somebody was removed from the group, um, And this person had had issues with a couple of the with one of the higher ups a while back, and I guess for now for some reason they decided was the time to take some kind of action against the person. And so they removed the person. Um, and if that had been it, I would have been fine. Nothing would have happened. Nothing would have come of this. You know, the person would have been removed, and I would have been like, okay, whatever, they're out. But it was the actions of those in charge that that was a disgrace. I mean, literally, it was the most un what's even the phrase to use? It was the most undisciplined, most just it was the rudest and most disrespectful way for them to have dealt with the situation. They didn't act like a leader. They acted like a child, a petty, petty child. And it set me off, and I said what I needed to say. Essentially, I defended the person to the best of my abilities, and I was just brushed aside like I was nothing. Like my words meant nothing. And and it got me thinking that it made me remember something that I'm not respected within the group, especially by the leadership. The leadership is the most disrespectful part, actually, I'd say, because they've never cared about me, and they don't seem to care about the group either. Actually, when I sat down and thought about it, they do not give a shit about the group. I know they're gonna say, "Oh, I care about the group more than anything. I really wanted to see it prosper and do well." Well, guess what? You don't, obviously. Else stuff like this wouldn't happen. You'd act like a leader, and you wouldn't act like a child. You would stop things from happening before they did happen. You would care about the people in your group. You'd want to support them however you could. You have your own agendas, and they don't care. And the funny thing is, they're not going to watch this video. I know they won't. Because, as I said, they don't respect me for who I am. They don't even follow me. Like, they're not going to see this video. I know none of you are going to show it to them because who gives a shit? Uh, it's literally a case of I'm complaining. I'm putting my words out there. I'm saying how I feel about all this, and it's going to mean nothing to anyone but me because I need to say this. I can't just I can't go out with a whimper. I have to let I have to say my piece. You know, the people within the group, some of them are really awesome. Some of them not so much. Some of them I want to punch in the fucking face sometimes. And the leadership is uncaring and quite frankly disrespectful to those that are no longer part of the group. And it's a shame. It's a shame, and I'm sorry that things happen, and there's not much more I can do about that. So, as of the posting of this video, I'd say about 10 minutes after the posting of this video, I will be gone. I will have removed myself from the Steam group, from the Google Plus page, if that still even exists in some way, the Discord chat, everything that has to do with WUG. So, yeah, it's not going to be much to them. They'll notice probably 3 weeks from now that I'm no longer in the area, and they'll be like, oh well, who cares? You know, good riddance. So, quite frankly, I'm done with it. So, goodbye to the people of WUG. The people who want to be my friends have stuck with me through everything. People who still want to be my friends, I'm still a person. I'm still alive. I might be leaving the group, but that doesn't mean I should be ignored and forgotten like I have while I've been within the group. So It's not like I've not been available. My door's always been open. So, but I've said my piece. I've said what I needed to say, and I'm done. So, as far as the people here in this on this channel go, you don't need to worry about any of that. You know, those are the people who have actually stuck with me. The videos that you'll see posted are going to be the same as usual. Nothing's changing as far as channel goes, so just know that I've said my piece. Saying in a private chat isn't going to solve anything. So, and I'm happy. I'm happy that I'm leaving. So, I've taken up enough of your time, people. 10 minutes is too much. So, I will talk to you guys later, and I hope you enjoy your night. Peace.